Hello everyone, today we have a upper body reformer on the Mat Pilates session using both a foam roller and lightweight. Today's session is going to be beginner plus, so it's week 2 of the 4-week program. If you want to find out more about the reformer on the mat program, I'll leave all the details in the description below, and we'll get started for our warm-up in 4-point. So let's come around, 4-point kneeling, hands at the top of the roller, knees under hips. Let's take a moment, press the roller away, drop your hips to your heels, and just find your space here. Always good to just take a moment before we get into the work. Connect to the breath. Let go of everything else. This is your time. Let's curl the spine up, roll the roller in. Press the roller away, find a stretch. Continue at your own pace, stretching up. And so we're warming up through the shoulders, the core and the back. And one more. Let's come into back extensions, lifting the gaze and the chest up as the roller comes in. And press your roller away, lengthen through your back. Inhaling as you lift this time. And 2. If you press those hands down, you're going to feel more activation in the lats on the side of your back, which is going to release your shoulders. Lovely work. Let's bring that roller in. Warming up through the core, pressing down into the hands on the roller, tuck the toes. Exhale, float the knees up. Inhale down. Shift your hips back a little bit more towards your heels to feel more core. And you're finding that shoulder stability as you press your hands into the roller. For 3, 2, 1. Keep your hover, shift back a little bit more. Twist one knee to tap and switch. Good. We're warming up those stabilizing muscles in the shoulders here. Always option to go down to the mat if you prefer. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down. Press the roller away. Just a moment's release for the shoulders. Roll it in. Bring your knees to the top of the roller and your hands down to the mat underneath your shoulders. We're going to increase the challenge today here for our tricep press, floating the toes off the mat. Bend the elbows, tap them down, and then lift. More support will be shifting back and bringing the elbows down. More challenging, you're going to take your nose forward between your hands. Whichever you choose, you want to feel that you can comfortably press up with a bit of challenge, but you're not compromised in your form. Let's go a couple more, and then we add a layer. And one more. Bring it in. Stretch one leg out. Keep it floating if you can, and then dive forward between the hands and lift. You can lower the foot down to the ground if you're not quite there yet. We're not kicking up the leg. The leg is just floating to add challenge. You want to keep your chest in center. Last 2. And 1. Bring it in. Let's just stretch it back for a moment, releasing the shoulders. Back to center. Set yourself up, extending the opposite leg this time. Lower and left tricep. Thinking of that long line from your head to your heel. You're keeping that long diagonal line in your body. Keeping your chest in center. Pressing into your pinky fingers is going to help keep your shoulders away from your ears. And 2. Good. 1 more. And let's finish off strong. Both knees on the roller in the center. Curl your spine to the ceiling. Press down into the hands. Pull the roller in. And press it away. And in. And back. Feel like you pull your hands towards the roller, activating those lats in your back. And of course, we're getting core. Gaze at your knees so that you don't go into your neck and shoulders. Last 3. Good. 1 more. And press the roller away. And stretch back. You're welcome to stay on the roller or come off the roller. Just for a child's pose rest. And then we're going to come to seated on the roller and grab those weights. Okay. So coming to seated, rollers in center. Swing yourself around in a seated position. You'll remember this from the previous class. But now we're going to be adding a little bit more challenge for coordination and choreography today. Okay, so in that seated position, grabbing onto your dumbbells, we're going to start by finding a 90-degree bend and then lift your elbows up so they're in line with your shoulders. And we're going to open out to the side and bring it in again. You have the option to bend your knees so that you're sitting upright. We want a flat back. You're squeezing onto those dumbbells, thinking of pulling the ropes from in front of you. Good. Feel that downward pressure at your elbows so your shoulders don't sneak up. You've got those lats activated. Good. Let's go 2. And 1. We're going to keep those elbows wide. Pull them down towards the waist. And then lift the arms again. Grow tall through the crown of your head as you pull your elbows in. You want to think of lightly squeezing your shoulders towards your spine and then stretching them away. Squeeze them in and stretch away. Ooh, got a little bicep going here. Shoulders. Let's go 2. And 1, keep those elbows in. Bring them in front of you and then turn your palms down. And going into a rowing series, we curl forward or fold forward, extend, lift, around, and in. Please make sure that when you extend your arms, you don't want to feel any strain in your back. You always have the option to drop your weights, go lighter if you need. Form first, always. Pull your core in as you push those weights away from you. We're going to aim for 3 more. Take as many as you need with good form. And 2, and then we're going to finish off here with triceps before we come to our side work. Lovely, 1 more. Lots of back work here. Around. And in. Bring the heads of your dumbbells together. Now lift those dumbbells to the forehead. Lean slightly forward as you pull your ribs back. Your elbows are wide. Press those weights forward at the diagonal and pull them in. Good. You're going to feel lots of triceps here. You want those elbows out to the side and slightly turn down towards the ground. Lift out of the hinge if you need more support in this position. And then please look at your toes so that your head isn't hanging forward. And 2. And 1. And give those arms a break. Oh, well done. Come off your roller. Sit on the mat. Turn your fingers out. And press the roller away, just finding a gentle stretch here for the chest and shoulders. Good. You can take your gaze up to the ceiling. Please make sure that you just don't drop down too low. You still want control. You're spiraling those shoulders around and open. Good. Let's give it one more nice little stretch here before we come to side work. Bring it all the way in. You're going to use 1 dumbbell for the side work series. You have the roller set between your hip and your rib cage. There is a soft space. And then make sure that your hip is slightly more forward in line with your shoulder and not at the back there. Taking that dumbbell in line with your knee, we're going to start to lift and lower. Now you have the option to stay up on the forearm or come down to that elbow for more challenge. The reason this is more challenging is because now you have your body down lower, so you have to work harder to lift. Good. Let's go a couple more here, and then we're going to add on. It feels easy in the beginning, but it's going to build up, so keep that weight light. Good. We're going to start to pull that arm back in line with your hip, and then bring it forward and back. Check that your wrist is not dropping or pulling up. You want it in neutral. And then option to extend this leg out as well for more challenge. Oh, arm is already working. Let's go one more. Bring it back. Now lift it up. And lower it down. And pull back. Into those circles. Take your time here. Pausing at each point. Let's go one more. And then reverse. We come forward. We lift it up. We reach it down. Good. Stretch from head to heel. You don't want to start collapsing in the bottom shoulder. You still want that good form. You're going to start to feel that tricep, the top of the shoulder. One more. And down. Good. Bend that elbow into 90. Palm is turned down. Just check that you haven't got that break in the wrist. You're going to press the dumbbell forward towards me and then pull it back. Reach it forward and back. Now we're getting into that tricep in the back of your arm. We're not going all the way forward. We're still keeping a small bend. 2 and 1 and down. And I have all the facial expressions because I'm in this with you. Let's stretch this out. Let's just take that arm up and over. And then come all the way up into a mermaid position. We're going to stretch it out. So you're going to have yourself twisted towards your foam roller. Bring it slightly more forward if you want more support. Press the roller away from you. Lower your chest down. Lift it up, pull it in. And press it away. Good. And you can play around with the different positions. So maybe bring that roller in line with your knee. Do a couple there and see which one you prefer. Good. Let's go one more. And in. Good. I'm coming over to the other side. Bring that roller to the other side. All the way down into side lying position. Now you know why we're using a slightly lighter weight. Option to stay on the forearm or down on that elbow. Leg is straight or bent. Dumbbell starts in front of you at the diagonal. We lift and lower, focusing in on just the shoulder and checking that the weight feels good on the side. Each side can feel different, so you might want a heavier weight or a light weight. Feel that neutral wrist. One more, and then we're going to go into that full circle, bringing the arm back in line with your body, lift it up, lower the dumbbell down, and then pull back. Now, if you want to get a little bit more funky, you can take that added wrist circle at the top. So you come up, rotate, down, and pull back. But only do that if it doesn't bother you or confuse you. Lift out of that bottom shoulder, very important here as well. Let's go 2 more in reverse. And 1. Good, reverse. We're coming forward, up, rotate the wrist, lower down. Now reach those knuckles up towards the ceiling. As you lift, your arm is really going to help give you that support from the back of your body. Oh, arm is getting tired. Yeah, let's go 2 more. And then we've got those triceps. And 1. Down, bend the elbow, and reach it forward. And pull back. The more stable you are in that shoulder and upper body, the more you're going to feel it in the back of your arm. Good. Slow it down. Find more strength. And 2. Good. And 1. Release it down. Stretch it up and over. Oh, got the shakes. And come on, that's why this is beginner plus. Let's take that roller for the stretch. Hands to the top, little twist. Options to place the roller there in front of your knee. Press the roller away. Find a stretch through the shoulders. Inhale, bring the roller in. You can stay here, or you can bring your roller slightly in front of your knee, playing around. It's always good to experiment, feel what things feel like in your body. And then remembering it when you come to class, you always have the choice to modify to what feels right in your body. And 1 more. And in. We're finishing it off in that 4-point kneeling cat-cow. Pressing the roller away, find a stretch, release, curl it in and up. And press it away, checking in from the start of class. Bringing that heart rate down as you lengthen through that exhale. 1 more. Chest extension or back extension. Lift the gaze, lift the chest. Taking a couple of these to open up through the chest. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Press the roller away. Let's finish it off with the twists. Roll it to the side. This is a fun one. Hand down to the mat. Other hand on the roller and give yourself a twist under. Hopefully your dumbbell is not in the way like mine. Good. Hold it there. You always have the option just to place the hand down on the mat if you prefer. Bring it in. Roller comes to the other side. Hand to mat. Opposite hand is under. Roll it away from you. So it's adding a little bit more of this stretch from the previous week. And bring it all the way in. Hands to mat, press your hips back, stretch your arms overhead, breathing into the back of your body. Let your head hang heavy, maybe shaking it no and yes, just to release the neck. Roll it all the way in, stretch up through the arms. Ooh, feels good. And release. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's beginner plus reformer on the mat Pilates session, upper body. Using those weights, hopefully you feel that you work through the arms, back and shoulders. If you find any of the exercise a little bit more challenging for you, or you want to learn how to modify or make it more challenging, you can check out the short section on the YouTube channel where I add videos there to show you how to progress or modify any of the exercises. If you have any questions or would love to share your feedback on this class, you can share it down in the comments below. And if you want to know more about the 4-week program, all of the details are in the description. If this is all for you today, thank you so much for joining me, making time for your movement and being here with me during this challenge. I would love to have a chat with you. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in our next session.